1 Million Cups. Who all here is here for the first time today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. 1 Million Cups started, of course, in Kansas City, and it is now Hopkins County. We're the first in Kentucky to do that, first small business market to do that at all. And literally, it's about entrepreneurs coming together, talking about their businesses, talking about ideas, and get the opportunity to maybe get some new ideas, new thoughts, new energy. And I ask you to have, 1, follow us on Facebook, 2, look at the website, 3, if you have not presented, please sign up to present. We would like to be able to have you present about your business, about what you do and how you do it. That having been said, I have the unique pleasure of introducing someone who I think is very interesting. PJ Woodside has been doing Big Biting Big Productions, and yes, that is what it's called. We need to find out why she came up with that idea as well, but they do movies, and they do them here in Madisonville, and they've got a very, very, very good business plan on getting those movies distributed and doing the plots and stuff, and doing a lot of the acting in downtown Madisonville in the area. So please come up. No, please come up. See, I don't get to know her for that.
Good morning. This is way early for me. I have to tell you, a lot of filming nights we're driving home at the crack of dawn, so you know I'm used to doing a lot of work late at night. But I am affiliated with Big Biting Pig Productions, but I also started PJ's Productions, and I really wanted to talk to you more about PJ's Productions. My name is PJ Woodside. I founded PJ's Productions. This is my associate, Felicia Stewart. She partners with me on a lot of the projects. What we do is we make video to sell your ideas. I mean, whether that's a commercial or a music video or a wedding video, whatever it is that you need done. If a picture's worth 1,000 words, I'm moving pictures worth 1,000,000. And I just wanted to give you an idea of what we do by showing you one of our early projects that was done for Big Brothers Big Sisters. And I'll just let you watch this one. And that's just a sample. And one of the reasons I showed you that one is because it's one of my early projects. Production values are not as good as we were doing now, but the heart is there. And that's what I always try to show in any project that I do, is try to capture the story of whoever we're doing the project for. I like to say, one of the things that we always say to our prospective clients is that nobody cries over a billboard, okay? But you all can get teary-eyed over a commercial. What I really like to do in any of the projects is bring that to life, bring the story to the viewer so that they can put themselves there. So that's why I wanted to show you that one in particular. You probably know me. If you know me at all, you know me through Big Biting Pig Productions. I'm sorry, I have to refer to my notes. It's like I skip things if I don't. But Big Biting Pig Productions is a locally grown independent movie studio founded by Steve Hudgens, and we have 8 movies completed. If you've seen the paper recently, you've seen that we just had our 8th one that came out. We have another one in the till. It's kind of a crazy thing that he's the driving force behind that, but he and I have partnered on all of them, and more recently Felicia has come in and assisted us with that. It's kind of crazy thinking that, hey, we can make movies in the Midwest, but actually the way technology has advanced, you can make movies in the Midwest. It's actually a lot cheaper and easier to do than it is to do in Hollywood. What you might not know is that several years ago, I took the skills and the equipment and the talent that we had collected, and I started PJ's Productions so that we could do other kinds of projects outside of the horror and the thriller vein. And one of the things that I like to do is local work, as in commercials and PSAs. I've done work for the city. If you remember us about 5 years ago, a video, Best Town on Earth, I made that. We actually wrote the song and created the video for the city of Madisonville. And that was a great project. That was one of my early projects as well. And if you haven't seen it, it's longer, so I'm not going to take my time to, to show it. But please, go to the website and check it out. And there's a new one, music video for Dr. Neil Rosner. Some of you might know him. Yeah. That's great. Thank you. It's called Western Kentucky, come on down, Western Kentucky. I can't remember which way it is, but and it features a lot of Madisonville as well. And it's just something that he wrote the song and wanted to kind of highlight his new home. So we finished that one recently, and we're working on another one for him. We've produced we have a wedding video that won. Okay. I better hurry. A wedding video that won a Star Trek convention fan video. One of the new things that we're doing that's getting us out further into the world is book trailers, which is kind of like a movie trailer for authors to promote their books. And with those projects, and Felicia particularly helps me with those, we are able to work here on projects that then go worldwide. We won a second place in an international competition for Spectrum Conspiracy, which was one of our first book trailers that we did. So anyway, we have a recycling commercial on here that we did for the city that's fun, lots of projects like that. To me, this is one of the things I wanted to, I've always felt like a bit of a misfit. I've lived in Madisonville 16 years, which is 3 times longer than I lived anywhere else in my life, okay? And, but I still feel like a misfit. But I think that that's worked in my favor in a way, because I don't try to pattern somebody else's business model. I try to look at what will bring to light the strengths of the area. I try to have heart and story and meaning in the projects that we do. We'd like to be more successful as a business, more profitable as a business, but to me that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is to have a business that I enjoy participating in, that means something to me and the community. So that's basically what we're doing. Like I said, you can go to the link and check out the videos that you would want to.
Questions?
Yes?
Jane, how did you get into this business?
Sideways. My background is in writing. I really never expected to do video work, but when I started doing some theater, and that's when I met Steve, who was interested in doing the movies. And it just so happened that at the time that he was interested in starting making movies, I was working for the college in a program where we did a lot of video stuff, and I was playing around with video editing. And so I was learning that skill at that time. So that's the video editing skill, the storytelling skill with the writing, and the interest in acting and directing all kind of came together. I like being a director because I get to be organized, which is one of the things I enjoy, and creative, and I get to tell people what to do. So that's kind of how I got into it, yes.
So what brought you to Madisonville?
My husband actually is a professor at the community college, and that's what brought us here 16 years ago. And I'm affiliated with the college as well. I had full-time positions in college, and I'm now part-time.
But it wasn't like the vision for your company, the making the movies brought you to this space. It wasn't like, right?
No. But people often ask us, oh, so you're going to be in Hollywood soon? And it's like, no, we're not going anywhere. We can do what we do here and enjoy it, and find people like to participate in that. They like to be part of that creative process.
See, 2 things. One thing I found just really interesting to me is, and I've seen some, I've driven by when you guys were doing some of your filming and stuff, and I find it fascinating that we're able to use pieces of our local area to do that. When you consider Western Kentucky, you don't think of it as a place that you could do, you know, a murder mystery horror flick, you know, with blood and stuff like that. This, second thing I would think is that it's difficult to find people that are of caliber to do some acting and stuff. How have you been able to do that?
You know, that's not true though, actually. There are quite a few outlets for theater acting, which is where we've met a lot of, you know, a lot of people who are involved in our movie making. But there are people who are with talent agencies who are looking to do commercials, or looking to do, and who really want to do the work. Mm-hmm. And then with Nashville, you know, there's more filming there. There's a lot of talent. This is one of the things that I think is a misconception. One of the biggest challenges to me, the misconception, is that you have to be in a big city to have any talent, okay? And it's just not true. I mean, there are people everywhere around you who are talented. Maybe they're not going to make a living off of their art, but they still want to do it, and they still, you know, the creativity is part of what makes life valuable to me, you know, and to, you know, to others too. So what we've been able to do is to tap into that interest and desire, and then to develop it somewhat. We do have people who come in from, you know, Louisville and Evansville and Nashville and audition. Part of the reason they audition for our work, our movies in particular, is that we have a reputation of actually following through and having a product at the end. So maybe they don't make money on it, but they have work that they can show. They can put on their actor's reel, and they have an IMDb credit, which means a lot in this business. So you know, so that's to answer that. Yes.
Why horror movies?
That has actually to do more with Steve Hutchins. He's the one who started Big Mighty Big Productions, and we've actually branched out a little more. We're really not classic horror anymore. We're more suspense. You know, we typically have murders and blood, but part of it is because that genre sells. It's very difficult to get any distribution company or, you know, widely nationally interested in a comedy or a rom-com, but for horror, there's a huge horror community. You know, we can take some liberties here and there. People get on board with it just because it sounds fun, you know. Yes.
Well, what is your distribution system for your movies? I mean, how do you get connected with those people?
Right. Well, I mean, we primarily self-distribute with our DVDs. We have our website, Facebook page, Twitter page. You know, we get a lot of purchases that way. We go to conventions, but we also began several years ago having digital distribution. Video on demand, VOD, everything's going that way now. And the company that we got in with is called Rights with Nelson Madison out. And we started with them five years ago, and now that's, you know, kind of going nuts. Like everything is VOD. One of our movies that came out in, when did Creepy Doll come out? 2000. Anyway, it's on Amazon Prime, and just went on Amazon Prime this year. And the first quarter of this year, it had 3,300 views. And that's a movie that's like 3 back. So we have 3 that are coming out soon on Amazon. Amazon's the big one. It's the one that gets the most attention. But we have all of them are streaming, except our newest one. But your platform makes a big difference. Yes?
Could your business, it sounds like kind of the internet, the whole internet model, before that, your business may not have been able to exist, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really has become that. I think Steve first envisioned it as, you know, people make horror movies, they make them with an audience of teenage boys in mind, and he got sick of, you know, he wants to see good, like Jaws and movies like that, that have a strong story. And so that's where he came out of, is wanting to do that and just seeing if he could, But as we've been able to do those things, more people are going to the platform on the web. So it has, yes, definitely. It helps that we have a reputation that goes back a few years. We're not like one of the new ones in the business, but definitely growing in that area. Yes?
What's been in PJ's Productions, which is similar but totally different, how have you been able to promote it, and what have been your biggest stumbling blocks within the PJ Productions side?
Good question. Word of mouth, I don't try to make a living off of it for one thing, but I have tried to grow as a business and to be seen as reputable locally. I think one of those biggest stumbling blocks has been overcoming that, oh well, if you're local, you must not be very good. Trying to just make ourselves visible and show quality work, and pick up more projects. As the economy kind of put a damper in that, because I can't make a commercial for $50. I mean, and it's just, I can't. That's just not possible, and people just didn't have they want something, to purchase something somewhere else that's kind of in the can, and that's fine. But what we can do is we know the community, we know your business, we know what's important to you, and so we can tailor it a little more personally. I'd say that's probably the biggest. I haven't spent a lot of time on advertising. I told Mark, I was like, entrepreneur, I don't really see myself. We're not out there making tons of money, but we are doing something that can benefit the community and can benefit the businesses here, and would like for people to know that we're there. So you've got my business card.
And I'd like to just make a comment to what you said. Most entrepreneurs are not out there making tons of money. Consider yourself in with the rest of it.
Well, that's not really my goal either, but I mean, I do want to make what, I do want to make what I'm worth. So, doing things for the city, particularly Madisonville, Big Brothers Big Sisters, just trying to be part of the community, and be available for people who are looking for projects like this. Yes?
What's a good budget for a 30-second commercial for?
It depends on how the commercial is put together. So if you have a lot of scenes, when we do the book trailers, 30 seconds is not really a good amount of time for a book trailer. We recommend a minute, and the minute book trailer is somewhere in the $1,000 to $2,000, about $1,000 range. But yeah, 30-second commercial, I can usually throw one of those together for about $350. Now that's not paying any actors. But one of the things that we have, I would love to pay people, but we also have people who enjoy doing the work, and we are one of our strengths is we're good directors. We're really good at getting good performances. If you've seen our movies, okay, I think we get pretty good performances out of people for being not professional. So that's about $350 is where I usually start.
The thing that impresses me a lot about what your product is the way you launch your movies. I mean, you really do like a premiere launch, and you do a lot of promotions. And they were walking through downtown the other day at the premiere of a new thing with the signs and stuff like that. I mean, people were so vested in what they're doing, and that level of enthusiasm is really, really hard to come by. So it just shows what they're doing in the community.
Good relationship with if we thought, oh well, we're just going to go to the park and we're not going to tell anybody, we're going to film it, then we would make people angry and they wouldn't want us to come back. But we have a good working relationship with the city of Madisonville, and we'll sometimes call the police station and let them know we're going to be filming at the park. I mean, we get permission from the park first, but if we're going to be filming somewhere and somebody's going to be screaming, so that they know that if somebody calls, they can say, oh well, that's okay, they're just filming there.
We can still have the police arrive going, okay.
Yeah. But, so I think that's really important, and I think that's one of the things that makes it more fun and gives us more potential to do filming here, where it'd be a lot more difficult in a bigger city where it's like, oh my gosh, they've seen it all, you know. Nobody wants to help you, they know that, you know, you're gonna trash their place and that sort of thing. Yes?
What do you need? What do you need? What do you need? Do you need more talent? Do you need more capital? Do you need more, better communications infrastructure here? Like, what kind of stuff do you need?
I need probably more clientele. You know? More people who are, one of the things about the book trailers, and we're just kind of getting out into the book author community to do that. We have one author in, let's see, Alabama, Mississippi, who's on his third book, and he's done two book trailers with us, and is expecting us to do the rest of them.
Actually, he's got 2 more that he's wanting to do.
Right, so that allows us to get out further, and we really haven't, I haven't spent a lot of marketing on the book trailers. I mean, I think that's the thing, is figuring out where to put the money for advertising to get the authors in. But, you know, one of the things I want to do is because we've been really busy with the movies, it's hard to spend a lot of time and energy on that, but to at least have some projects that are respectable, you know, as you've got to have something for people to look at before they'll come to you. And we're starting to build that.
Yeah.
Have
Yes.
you done any music videos with local talent?
Yes.
Trying to make it big somewhere?
Well, we did a music video for Sexstone several years ago. The city video, I mean, they'll get a lot of attention, but then, you know, people just don't have the funds to spend it. I don't feel like I can compete with the huge, like, production companies that make music videos in Nashville. I don't have all of that experience, but I feel like I can do stuff for people here and on a more personal, the smaller level. And that's kind of what we're doing, kind of building our skills and then also earning our reputations for the movies. It kind of all goes hand in hand. This is kind of spillover from people wanting to be involved in the movies, and we have the equipment, we have the lighting, we have all that. So the editing equipment. And did you have a question?
Yeah, Vine is becoming an emerging platform for movie makers. And we've got that 6-second window, and the basic demographic for that is like the holy grail for marketers. It's that young set.
Right.
Have you done anything with your productions and your movies, or anything just Vine in general, to try to draw attention to yourself?
No. No, we're just trying to keep up, and trying to have a Twitter presence now. And I don't know how money can be made. I mean, I do know that you like YouTube
well, promoting
videos.
your movies, perhaps.
Yes.
Like,
No,
a
you're
6-second trailer for your movie on there might generate some significant buzz.
That's a thought. That's something to look at. Yeah. We need more manpower. We need more people who know the business. That's probably one of our challenges here.
That's unusual for an entrepreneur to need more people in that house.
How does that work?
Yeah. I feel like, how am I doing on time?
About 2 minutes.
Okay. Yes.
So if you want to get into action, how do you go about doing that?
If you want to get into acting, you should probably get on our email list so that you get all the updates for our auditions. We've just had auditions for the next movie, so I've had about 80 something people express interest, either audition or send a video audition or want to be extras. But that's where a lot of people start with us. I try really hard to include people as much as I can locally. So if a scene had 4 extras written in it, but I have 12 people who want to be extras, we recognize that those people are our fans. Those people are, often become the ones who go and tell other people about our movies and show it to other people, and they're so excited to be in it. And you can't buy that kind of, fan appreciation. We call our fans piglets.